week 11, and it's one of the best ones yet. And you're never going to guess why. No, of course, you guessed why. We got sprinklers, and on the hottest day of the year. I felt so bad for the guys, but they handled it like champs. The crew leader was really young, but I guess everybody looks young to me now. But I was really impressed with how experienced and knowledgeable they were. He asked me what I was most concerned about, and I told him the middle of the yard because the sun beats down on it all summer. They worked really hard. They got it done in one day. I gave them a cooler full of Gatorade and water, and at their lunch break, I gave them some ice cream bars, but nobody wanted to come inside and cool off. I get it. The lady at the office told me they're used to it and I didn't need to worry, but I wish I could have done more for them. When they were done and cleaning up, I saw a guy out there throwing something down along the trenches. And first I was like, is he putting down seed? But they didn't say that they would do that. So I thought, well, maybe it's topsoil to level out the trenches, but it was pretty obvious it was seed. And I have literally hundreds of pounds of seed in my garage that I could have given to them to use. And at first I was worried about what kind of seed it was. But then, it doesn't matter. If there's a little bit of their random seed in my yard, it's already a mishmash of all kinds of grass. It's not like he was throwing ryegrass into my perfectly manicured 3/4 inch Kentucky bluegrass lawn. When I checked it out, I saw the seed and something like cover grow that they were using as a seed cover, and I'd actually been looking into cover grow in place of peat moss because peat moss has gotten so expensive. I figured it might just cost the same and it'd be something that works even better. But there's probably going to be a peat moss sale by the time I need it in August, so I'm not going to worry about it. The next day, I got up early and went out to clean it all up as much as I could. I took the leaf blower out and fluffed up the tire tracks and some parts that had gotten matted down and gave everything a good mow and edged it. I drove really slowly over the trenches to try to use the suction of the rotation to pull up the grass straight and just kind of vacuum out the area, and it really worked great. The scars aren't nearly as bad as I expected them to be, but they don't look great either. And the machine used to dig the trenches seemed like it just was ripping through the ground instead of slicing it. So there are a lot of grass chunks that are just too shallow to replant. There were a couple surprises because I'm terrible with asking questions because I feel stupid. I'm definitely not assertive enough. The first surprise was about the valve boxes. So there are 2 valve boxes. This larger one is for 3 of the zones, and the smaller one by the generator is for the last one. I wasn't expecting it to be in the middle of the yard because that's not the way it was in Arizona. But in there, my yards were never as big as this. The second surprise was that the side yard is really only covered by 1 sprinkler head that's here by the generator. I still got all 16 heads that I was promised, and I honestly don't know how they could have covered the front yard with fewer sprinkler heads, so I'm not upset about it. Besides the trench scars, there are also these strange dead-looking spots all over. The grass blades are yellow, almost like they've been burned. But the crowns don't look damaged, so I'm assuming that the ends will eventually grow out and I'll just mow them off. The plumbing is really interesting. I thought it was fascinating. They trenched right through this rock, and you can't even tell they did anything now. They tapped into the main water line in the basement closet. And you can see it goes up the wall, out along the roof, and right there it goes out into the garage. Then here in the garage it comes out of the wall, extends along it for a little while, and then up here to the controller. The controller is really interesting. I'm glad it's inside the garage and kind of protected. The interesting thing though is that you don't even need to look at this controller at all because everything is just done on the app. It is connected to our Wi-Fi, and that's great. So it extends through the wall of the garage and out here in front of the porch. And that's the backflow device. The app is super cool, so you can see the zones. It's connected to a weather forecasting system. You have programs. It came with one program. You can put in multiple, but you can't pause a program. You just have to pause the zones within that program if you want one to work and not another. There's also predictive watering with different criteria it'll use to decide whether or not it's going to run the system that day. It's got overviews and reports that you can look at. It tells you what's happened and how long the different zones have run. But right now, it's just been rainy every single day. We've only had to run the sprinklers one time since we got them put in. After my cleanup, I put down an application of fungicide. I'd already put down propiconazole and azoxystrobin, so this time I'm rotating in thiophanate methyl by Jonathan Green. It seems silly to worry about fungus when the front looks so bad right now, but I didn't know we were going to get irrigation when I started doing this, and I'm still hopeful that some of the trench scars will grow out and it'll look nice. I mapped the sprinkler heads onto Google Earth, which was really fun. And I tried to map the trenches too to track where the pipes are, but I know I missed some. It's such a maze out there, but we have videos and pictures, so we'll be fine. I figure it's a good idea to know where everything is in the future. The pipes are deep enough that I don't have to worry about them when I aerate or scarify, but I do need to mark out the sprinkler heads so that I don't hit them. We got a pack of water gauges from Amazon to see what kind of coverage each zone is going to get, so we can dial in the timing and not waste water. Here's some bonus drone footage from my husband, putting in some work with his old drone. And so that's it. What a great week. I'm really excited. My stress level is a lot less because I know that we can fight off any heat and drought that's coming in the future. It's going to make the fall overseeding a lot more effective. So thanks for coming along, and we'll see what happens next.